Back to XP11 even. Today taking flights in the Boeing 737-800 in Ryanair colours on the flights from here in London Stansted to Poznan, Goleniów, something like that. An hour and a half flight time today, not the longest, but should be a good little flight now. I've got Ryanair jet today, so it's an hour and a half flight. London to Szczecin, Poland. Clear skies all the way out, so weather's actually really good on our side at the moment, and hopefully it should stick this way throughout the rest of our trip. So, join the cockpit, set the aircraft up, and prepare ourselves for our departure. I say, fingers crossed, it should be a pretty good stream overall. Also, one of my last streams before I actually go flying the real world again. It's been a couple of weeks since I last went flying. The last destination was to Napoli, I think it was. Double check. But yeah, I've had a good couple of trips, couple of weeks off, just focused on work and all that. But now it's about time I got back into the flying side of things. So yeah, to prepare the aircraft and prepare ourselves for our flights. Shield the overhead panel, grab power comes online, set all the systems required, set the packs to now get air conditioning in the aircraft. Engine needs to stay on, that's fine. You'll have to wait to turn on until we get the RS aligned. We'll do that now. Down to the FMS, and that's getting aligning. So we'll go and run on departure. Echo Golf, Sierra Sierra. Our stands 6-4 right. We'll copy our GPS position, paste that into the RS position. Head over to the route. Our departure and arrival airports. So Stansted is Echo Golf Sierra Sierra and Szczecin Goleniów is Echo Papa Sierra Charlie. Going to plug in our company route. So Echo Golf Sierra Sierra Echo Papa Sierra Charlie 01. So we're going to use the company route for the sake of this plan today, so it's nice and simple. While we're here, also gets that's a performance sake of stream quality. Get sound loaded up and running, so that's going to pull our data from our flight today. So Ryanair 2466, Ryanair 668 X-ray, Szczecin, runway departure 04. We have got 18 at the moment, so we'll be looking at the Atis for that departure in about half an hour or so. Cruising level flight level 370, cost 60, that's fine. I probably should change up the actual Ryanair cost next when we get set up. Start the pre-flights and get the aircraft loaded. So you want about 12 minutes passengers, that's not a problem. That's going to fuel for us as well. That'll take about 30 or so seconds to the 110 gets set. Right, start PACX. So put it from Simbrief, Stansted to Szczecin, 2466 days on cruise, 1 hour and 35 minutes on the clock, departure in approximately 27 minutes. By the Boeing 737-800 with 139 passengers on board. Have got boarding music for Ryanair? Oh yes we do. Some of the best boarding music in the world. Ryanair safety briefing, yes, snacks, no meals, customs cards not required for an 90-day European flight, not a problem. And passengers can start the boarding process. So yeah, making use of the SAM ground handling add-on today. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to get to work with Ryanair gets aircraft specific, because Ryanair aircraft used to forward air stay in the aircraft. SAM, we use the non-jet bridge methodology, doesn't know this as such. I'm happy to call it like a jet bridge as such. You miss out on a few minor little details. Not the end of the world, because it's such a minute little detail, but it's good at that on SAM ground service. It's not perfect. I wouldn't mind seeing more animation, kind of get some more life into the side of things, but it is good. It is quite good. Right, tablet up and running. The notification import this is there. It's not quite FlyPad, but I do like the tablet on these other aircraft using the Goleniów skin on top. How are you on today? Escape from Poland, welcome to channel. Dzień dobry, Escape, jak cię masz? Ryanair today, so Ryanair 6 X-ray X-ray, like a little call sign that, 6XX. Runway news today, we will listen to the Atis. It's running.
Winds 120 at 9 knots. 9. Temperature 11 degrees Celsius. Visibility dew point 6 degrees Celsius. 10 kilometers. Winds 120 at 9.
Altimeter is 1029. So information today, we have information Echo on departure. Runway news, runway 04. So that's quite a long taxi, so that's fine. Right, execute that. Legs already in place. Jump over straight to the performance. So back to you. Routes, confirm that. Performance. We'll pull a 048 and subscription the aircraft. Reserve on board today. Let's calculate that. So our reserves is going to be that plus that. So 1573 plus 997. Hey Google. 1573 plus 997. I'll do. Sorry, it's 2517. 2.517. So that's how you do it. Cost index today. Let's grab the Ryanair cost index. Ryanair use 6 on their 77 aircrafts. Plug that in. Cruising altitude, flight level 370, and the winds at cruise today. Our cruising winds are going to be, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Top of climb at 370, 352 at 44 knots. So plug that in, TOC 352 at 44 knots. Execute that. Transit altitude 6,000 feet for the UK, that's fine. N1 limit, we will be using a D-rate to take off high mid performance. Flaps 5 departure today. Center of gravity 22.6 trim 5. Now QRH V1 121, rotate 121, and V2 133. Right, greet the passengers. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Was Ryanair flights 466 from London Stansted to Szczecin, Goleniów. Flights on today, 1 hour and 35 minutes. Welcome on our flights. Clear skies on departure, few clouds out in Poland today, but again, not just in the weather as we are in flights. We thank you for tuning Ryanair. We hope you enjoy your flight on board today, and we ask you to sit back, relax, enjoy your flight. Thank you for choosing us today. Maintain our flight fan. Ryanair ain't as bad as people say. I know they're not, because I've been on there so many times now. And my next Ryanair flight is in a couple of weeks. Let's check my schedule. So I fly Ryanair very often. My next trip on Ryanair is going to be on. Tell you what. Oh no, there you go. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to Poland with Ryanair in May. London Stansted to Rzeszów, and that will be something like that. Rzeszów, and that will be on the 15th of May. So there for 2 nights. So what's the flight, dude? Very cheap, very cheap. Look for a good price, Ryanair. Can't recommend them high enough actually. Never had a problem with this airline. Initial cruise, initial climb 6,000 feet. Flight directions on and on. Jump back to the FMS. That's already programmed. Yeah, actually really on the flight computer. That was very quick. We have got Stansted Tower online, like I say, so we'll be contacting them for clearance. They're on 123.825. So 805, not 25805. Right, tune across and let's say hello. Good evening, Stansted Tower. This is Ryanair 6 X-ray X-ray Stansted 64 right with information. Echo requesting clearance to Szczecin.
Ryanair 6 X-ray X-ray. Hello, Stansted Tower. Information echo, you're clear to Szczecin on the Clanton 5 Sierra departure, runway 04, squawk 4454.
Oh yeah, I think this guy's actually, I'm sure this guy's Polish anyway, so get this proper pronunciation there with Szczecin. Ryanair 6 X-ray X-ray is cleared to Szczecin. This will be departing on the Clanton 5 Sierra departure, runway 04, squawking 4454. Yes, Jake, using IVAO.
Ryanair 6 X-ray X-ray, read back correct.
4454. We are using IVAO. Always do. So that's all plugged in. What I will do is I will quickly program our ILS frequencies and course in case we need to return back to Stansted. 04 is the active runway. We'll plug that all in. So there's a lot of learning about the 737. Slowly getting there, the systems. But it is handy to know, especially if you want to do systems and flight correctly. So in case I need to return back to Stansted, the ILS frequency is 110.5. 105. And then the course is 042, so 042. 042 and 042. That's all set. 6,000 initial climb. Max speed set for the rotate, which is at 121. Actually, before I do anything else, probably best actually do the departure system as well. So runway 04, ground 5 Sierra, execute that. Yeah, so we're pushing to reserve fuel, but I'm sure by the time we get to cruise, that shouldn't cause any problems for us. Aircraft's been fueled up, so we can turn on the fuel pumps, I guess. APU starts. Fuel up now on.
We ask that you make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your larger devices are now shut down and stowed.
Passengers boarded, might as well get the aircraft secured as well. So tracks the air stairs. Get up and running. Can I guess have a look? So air stairs raised, thank you very much. As soon as that's up, we can lock the front doors. Took a bit of time there. Cool, right, so that's all sorted. Back to the panel. APU is stabilising, that should be available very shortly. You get what you pay for on a Ryanair flight, which is A to B with very little cost most of the time. Say Ryanair, never had a problem with them, very cheap airline. In fact, going to Poland with my mother, I made use of the recent buy one get one free ticket deal, which is actually really, really good. It works. I say Ryanair for an airline, for me as an airline, Ryanair have done a very, very good job. They've got all the service I need and pretty good too. So yeah, altitude cruising 370. APU is stable. Generator sets. APU beat sets. External power off. So at this point we have completed the. So we've done the FMS. That's all sorted. You can go on the takeoff page to take a reference. Rotate 121. Set the trim. That'll be at 5. Sorry, at 5 actually by default. Fair enough. Cool. It's nice and simple today then for us. So we're on APU power. Make sure that our lights are correct as well. So low lights don't need, it's daytime. Strobe steady, anti-collision on, wing lights off, wheel lights off for now. So at this point, we are now ready for engine push and start. We'll get back to Sam. We will. That's already finished, I think. Done pre-flight, ready for departure. We will plan the pushback. Really one way for this aircraft to go. Comes to Pushback at Stansted. Not that it will be at all accurate. We know it's like these days. Not as good as it used to be. Needs a bit of love, needs a bit of update, I think. But it's still a very, very good add-on. Something I do highly recommend if you're on the XP platform. And yeah, that is really that. Just panel brightness, I guess, for a little bit of lighting. Doesn't be too bright at the moment. That one. And same for these. That one? No, it's that one, sorry. And then same for the center pedestal. A bit of lighting. Right. Ryanair 6 X-ray. X-ray is ready for you to start.
Ryanair 6 X-ray, X-ray, please start approved, call for taxi.
Permission approved, all taxi, Ryanair 6 X-ray, sorry. Yes, I'll get PMDG 77 release Alfie. That'll be day one purchase for me. Day one purchase, no doubt about that. Right, so pre-plan pushback. Let's request it, let's get to position.
Drawyah.
We will leave the lights as standard, so the strobe lights mean that we're ready for push start, that's all fine. Which is the panel, everything is looking good. Top the packs for the engine to start up. Here comes the tug, and let's get ourselves out of it. So just re-familiar myself with the 737. There's a lot of A320 flying recently. Also, did a bit of A220 flying recently. Ah, Gary, yes, I see you there. Hopefully, so far to your liking, dudes. Hopefully, so far so good. Yeah, I will say, like I said, the chats we've had recently about getting the Sentry up and running, it's been very, very good. I need to get back to you soon in regards to actually bring you on for a show as well.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Right, so now tug to move position. So we've got our speed set for the rotate, 121, course 424242, you can see set for runway 04 if you need to return. Have set the derated throttle on departure. So we use mid power for mid climb. And yeah, hopefully it should work in our favour. UNH1029, set both sides. TCAS, nothing to get to the runway. Nose getting lifted. Let's go for start up shortly.
So connected and bypass pin
Should be V2 speed, not V1.
Release parking brake.
V2, so okay, safe climb 1 through 3. Whenever people talk to me about that, some say V2, some say rotate. I always get conflicting numbers about that. So it should be V2 speed, the safe speed of climb for the ISMAC indicator. That's handy to know. Thank you very much. Alright, nose has been lifted. I actually don't know if he said release parking brake. I think he did.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Alright, start the pushback, clear for engine start up. Let's us get moving. The boarding music didn't play this time. I think the file length I've got is slightly on the limit for what PACX allows. I might have to just hasten one of the songs or something, we'll see. Right, engine to ground.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention
We'll watch the
to the
N2.
screen for an important safety demonstration. Thank
So
you.
there's no fuel going to the engines at the moment. Watching the N2 heat up. Exhaust temperature 13 degrees centigrade at the moment, which is I believe the outdoor air temperature anyway, so that's going to be actual temperature, that's fine. As soon as the N2 hits around 24, start the fuel flow increases, throttle output will start to increase. I'm just watching exhaust temperature, actually hasn't hit the red zone. I can drop you a link to the PACX shortly, flight ban. Remind me when I get myself airborne, I'll give you a link to the updated PACX. Thank you very much to Winnie there for £1. Who legend watch you every day. Thank you very, very much. Enjoy the watch, dude. Right, so EGT is safe. Never hit the red zone. I believe the start switch has reset. Engine 1 to ground. So let's watch the N2. (15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. The flow starts.
Operation complete.
Exhaust temperature
Set
increases.
parking brake.
Exhaust now starts to increase. Parking brake sets.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Yeah, I'm glad you're on the watch, David. Again, always appreciate the support, always appreciate the ATC from you as well, dude. You've been quite good for me recently, I will say. Right, will the tug disconnect? It'll load the nose, but it's just going to sit there now for the next however long. I believe actually with this tablet, you can kind of force it to disappear, better push back. If you use the terminate button, I believe that actually will successfully detach the aeroplane. Disconnect attach. Yeah, so I'd love to see some more love sent the by Pushback at some point, because it's... Yeah, there you go. So with the tablet, you can terminate it, and that will force the tug to move away. Normally on its own, I won't do that. Right, generators to the engines. AP bleed off, APU off, engines continuous.
Tow is disconnected. A bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe
Question,
flight.
Gary, for you in chat actually. So you get the engine starts to run continuously, I guess, during your climb out process. What does it actually do, continuous? Is it also something you do for every takeoff, or just in wet weather, bad weather conditions to, I guess, avoid a flame out? So what is the process behind setting the engines to continuous? Also, seatbelts, probably important. Right, over panel, everything looking good on that. No lights active, everything set as it should be as far as I can tell. So far, so good. Ryanair X-ray is ready to taxi.
Ryanair 6 X-ray, are you able for Kilo 1?
Kilo 1, let's have a quick look, see. Taxi charts at Stansted. should be able to deal without any problems. Yeah, AFM Kilo 1 Ryanair 6X-ray X-ray, not a problem.
Ryanair 6X-ray X-ray, thank you, taxi holding point Kilo 1 runway 04 via Delta Hotel and Kilo, the QNH 1029er.
Ryanair 6X-ray X-ray taxi to holding point Kilo 1 runway 04 via Delta Hotel and Kilo QNH 1029er. Taxi lights set. Flying brake released. ISO valve auto. Where's the ISO valve? Like I say, so they're getting in the L73. Oh, that one. There you go. A little bit of throttle. Let's get it rolling. Take-off brakes set. They're moving now, so I'm just going to okay, gone there. We'll do it now quickly. Before we forget, right. Take-off brakes set. Light should disappear. Take the arm out of the V on the ground since aircraft configuration is correct. Back on sense line and taxi down to the runway. So I'm going to make a left on to on Delta now, left onto hotel and just taxi down hotel the rest of the way. Why does the aircraft come off sense line even use sense pushback? So that's just an issue of better pushback, David. It's a case of the add-on's not been updated in so long now. It's not well. There's an issue now with the top-down view in terms of how it angles things, and as a result, aircraft have become offsets, so it's an issue of better pushback and can only be fixed with an update, which it hasn't received in about 2 years now, so I'd love to see the guy return to fix it, but at the moment, unfortunately, unlikely.
Cabin is secure. Ready for departure.
Thank you, cabin crew. Kevin actually here's the safety briefing there. I think there should be an issue with my PACX, so I can double check the updates later. Taxiing to the end of runway 04, which is the runway at the other end of the airport for us, so we'll be on the ground for a little bit longer. Well, 7 minutes expected departure, nice and early at the moment, a couple minutes ahead of schedule. This means for us just more time on the ground to enjoy the aircraft. We'll be able very shortly. Next stop up to Szczecin, Poland. Adam Falgieri, how you doing? Channel of the chat. How you doing today, dude? Hope you're keeping well. As we taxi this runway, we'll do our pre-takeoff checks. Yeah, the 737, to be fair, XL, don't forget that Ryanair do have the single 737-700 in their fleet, Sierra Echo Victor, SEV, that operates some passenger, mainly corporates and leased flights. 700s do exist in their fleets, just one sole example of it. Right, so, spoilers, you actually cannot on the spoilers, just basically knocking it into the very first position there. Remember, how do you set spoilers? So it's a case of speed brake not on. Is that correct? So set spoilers in the 7.3. Just put it into first notch like that. And you're the expert in this one, Gary. Brakes, rotating across sets, boilers, arms, flaps 5, trim sets. Do a cabin chime, which I think it's just going to be that, isn't it? There's a button somewhere to call the cabin crew. I'm sure there's a cabin crew button, call button somewhere on this aeroplane. Yes. There you go. We're getting there. We're getting the 7.3. Route 700 XLE depends on the use case of it. So when we're airborne, remind me to have a look at the flight radar XLE and have a look at the recent routes of Echo Victor. So we'll do that once we're airborne. A little more thrust and get a bit more speed going. KLM operates under flights, yes. KLM and not it used to be jet time. I only once I've flown 700 in real life. That was with jet time. That's flights from Helsinki, Volanta to London Gatwick. My next flights in 737 will be in a 600, 737-600. Those flights from Lyon to Zarzis. That flight I'm very excited for. Never been out to Europe before, so going to North Africa. It's going to be an experience. It's going to be an experience. Thank you very much to Willie again. As I have your takeoff. I can do, I guess, the rotate and lifter, Willie, but I can't really do takeoff itself because I do need to be able to keep an eye on the speed and the flight director on rotates. So certainly once we rotate, once we're airborne, we have a look outside. But the actual takeoff run itself, I'm afraid, dude, I will need to be able to. I will need to do that from the cockpits. Let's check the systems. I think I will take off. The RTA will break. Okay. So it's just on landing you arm spiders. I presume this is just a case of put it up one notch and the red light appears. An Airbus you arm spiders and take off, and the Boeing you do not. There you go. Jet 2 operates 737-300s, 800s and Boeing 757s. Before I forget, I think it's actually right here what to make. No, it's next one. Next one. Camera crew, please take your seats for takeoff. We'll apply the MD11. We'll see. We shall see. So nothing immediate for it at the moment. Has had a few updates. It's better now than it was on first release, but we'll see. MD11's not my main type of aircraft.
X-ray service 1203 at 9 knots, runway 04, you're clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 04, Ryanair 6 X-ray. Right, that's music to my ears. Landing lights set, turn off lights set, strobes to sets. Right, as far as I can tell, we are good to go. Transponder on, TAR right. Do one other thing as well, and I can't remember what it was. Jump in real life. Tell me once we're airborne, Willie. Tell me once we're airborne. What was it? I don't think the chrono. Something else I wanted to do. I just can't remember what it was. I hope jump in we're airborne. Right. The engines 40%. 1-2 stable. We should have it from the button back here. Ah, fair enough, just like that. There we go.
$80 knots.
80 knots.
Ready?
V1 rotates. Let's brace gear up.
Gear up.
That's 2-1.
1,000.
1,000.
Ryanair 6 extra extra, my service terminates. Frequency change approved, squawk configurity. Have a good day, mate.
Not a problem. After Intercom 1-2 just relates. Ryanair 6 extra, thank you for service. And goodbye. I don't know what else to do. Change the ETA time, that's it. Stick on the autopilot, let the aircraft take control of the airplane. Reset the brakes. Yeah, got there in the end, Gary. Got there in the end. So we'll switch over to Unicom, 1-2 for the lights. There's no T at the moment, so what I will do is we'll skip all the altitude holds at this point. So altitude intervention mode set. What we'll do is clear all the altitude holds ahead of us. We'll just do it straight through to yeah, let's get us out of the SID. It's obviously climb up to cruising level as required. It's going to hold at 6, is it? 6,200, 500, 6,000 feet out into standard. Okay, so just fly direct to 20 November. So we'll do that, and execute. Click nav again, that's it, resets. Oh, just force it then. Oh, maybe, just maybe, altitude. No, pilot error, that's the cause this time. Right, 37,000. Now reset me nav. All of a sudden, the aircraft starts to climb. Surprise that. Right, cruising altitude 370, let's get the aircraft going. Gear lever in the middle, David. So, on the 737, you have 3 positions: gear down, gear up, and gear off. Having the gear in the up and the down position, I won't show down because, well, gear's up, that keeps the pressure in the gear system, I believe that's the case. It's either pressure or hydraulics. Essentially, by locking the gear in the off position, it just depressurises the system, or clears the hydraulic system, and allows for a safe stowage during cruise. Welcome microwave, how are you doing? Channel, welcome to the chats. Approaching flight level 100, 10,000 feet. We will kill the landing lights.
Gentlemen, we have now passed 2,000.
Aircraft cruise about 250 knots.
This is also a reminder that seatbelt fasten throughout the duration of the flight. Do not form a line to the left.
There you have it. Past 10,000 feet. Now we can sit back, relax, enjoy our flights. In terms of ATC we're expecting in the flights today, so the party outside the tower, they're online for us, thank you very much, David. So we've got stars of straight, clear passage throughout the Netherlands. There's Bremen. Bremen Radar's online. They don't have any attitude restrictions, so we'll speak to Bremen Radar later. As far as arrival airport, the only airport into Goleniów, yes, and one inbound, and that's our Ryanair 6X-ray from Stansted. So, we got some mates here with Germany perhaps, but for the moment, this actually be quite a quiet flight this evening. Most recent flight on the Ryanair 737 is from Eastman's to Shannon. There you go. So, yeah, so I'm pretty sure that in terms of most of the 737-700 operation Ryanair, it's down to fleet capacity if they need extra aircraft, training for new pilots crew and that needs refreshing, or corporate flights. So if a company needs to lease an airplane, then they'll lease out the 700 from Ryanair. So I believe it also has a not so much a first class interior, but it has got like extra leg room and extra niceties in the cabin to make it more appealing for flights. Because last time I checked it, it was based out of Birmingham. They actually did a few Birmingham flights just a little while ago now. So you got Ryanair 777-700, so you go Victor, that's the one. So Eastman, oh god, actually has just been doing Eastman and Shannon's back and forth there. I presume then, will this be commercial? Well, 1, 2, 3 flights a day. Let me have a look. Thank you, Holly. Welcome back. How you doing? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to chats. So if I also have a look at Eastman's to Shannon, is this something that can actually fly? Eastman's to Shannon? No, it's not. Island. Yeah, I presume then it's not necessarily commercials. 14th April, flew 2 days ago. Actually, was flying yesterday, cancelled. Ryanair 41, Ryanair 41, Ryanair 41. That's interesting. It has been a passenger flights. I'm actually surprised I missed that. Passing through 20,000 fleets, flight level 200. So Ryanair base trading. There you go. Thanks for the inside knowledge. Base train that in the 700 moments. A little more backlighting on the systems just for the sake of getting more visibility on them. So a bit of panel brightness overhead. Main lighting behind the yoke. Same for co-pilots, I'll actually just get some lighting in there as well. And not for lighting, just panel brightness. Passing through level 240, level 24,000 feet. 13,000 to go to cruising altitude, level 3, level 0. Yeah, about an hour or so of cruise until we start our descent, so a little bit of time to relax in our flights. So in terms of our flight plan today, we left Stansted, we fly across the channel, through the Netherlands, through Germany, start our descent around so Vibasora, Hodus will be top descents. At the moment, top descent's going to be not visible because I'm not reaching that cruise yet, so just get ahead of myself there. But yeah, towards that part of the flight, start descents, and then make a approach into Szczecin from the south. On departure, it was runway 04. On arrival, I'm expecting runway 31 approach. Runway 31 on the bottom of 1 Bravo. Yes, I'm reading this microwave, don't you worry. I'm reading chats. Don't you worry. Can you show... Choose out for PACX in XP? It's pretty much the same process as Microsoft Flight Sim Pilot King. So I've got FHRP installed, then PACX will, speaking of which, seatbelts come off now. PACX will talk to the program. Nothing special, nothing to do with it, it's just, yeah, all works. Let's go through the cabin list. Let's see who's on board our flight. Is there anybody on board we may recognise the name of? Yes, a bit fun bit we go through the itinerary on board. Why IVAO that sim? Why not? I like IVAO, no complaints about it, so why not? Oh my gosh, it's Jonathan Ross! Jonathan Ross himself on wildlife flights. I think he's a bit old in real life, but that is a find. How old is he in real life? Jonathan Ross is 61, yeah, so he's a bit older. But yeah, Jonathan Ross himself in the flesh on wildlife flights today. There you go. It's one name we noticed today, nice and easy. And maybe that's it. So we don't normally get more than one name on a flight. 10 in French, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 13, something like that. Nah, I think, yeah, Jonathan Ross. We got lucky, Jonathan Ross there. Any passenger we recognise on board today. There you go. Mostly full cabin. Just empty seats dotted around the aircraft today, but for the most part it's looking nice and full. Jonathan Ross actually, on the row for himself. Very good. We've got how many cabin crews have we got? 1, 2, 4 cabin crew on our flight today. 3 at the back, 2 seats in the front. Jonathan Ross on a Ryanair flight? Who knows, Diego, who knows? I have seen the Just Flight Update Development 757 Alpha, yes, something I'm very excited for. Hopefully something we get to look at in more detail once it gets closer to release. So we're getting close to our cruising altitude now. We should arrive at TOC in about a minute or two. So it's nearly an hour and a half flight time today. Hopefully getting a few minutes as well in the sky. And a few minutes earlier later on. Climb like a rocket. We are actually very, very light in terms of our payload on board today. I mean, we've only got 145 passengers, 109 passengers on board today, cargo 3.5 tonnes, payload 14 tonnes. Not much in the way of weight on board our flight today. Same time of fuel on board. Takeoff weight 63.09. Yes, not the heaviest aircraft. In terms of what Sam wanted on board. Anyway, so that won't just thumbs anymore. Yeah, then finished. The current weights. There you go. Takeoff weights only 49 actually. 49,000, 50,000 kilos of takeoff. 6 tons of fuel. 43,000 kilos of fuel weight. Payload 1.6 tons. Yeah, very, very light today. Very light indeed. Forgot about what is the. Oh yes, right, so, job I do, I work in the railway. I am a dispatcher, customer service and gate line assistant at one of the stations here in the UK. Yeah, that's about it really. I do dispatch, so I help trains depart, help passengers board and disembark, sort out ticketing issues, that kind of stuff. Favorite trip of this year so far, I mean, trips I've made so far this year, let me get a list up of all the places I've been to thus far. So, I have been to Zurich, sorry that's the upcoming, sorry, past trips, Zurich's coming next. I've been to Paris, been to Napoli, I've been to Tenerife, and Hastings so far this year. Hastings, Tenerife, Napoli and Paris. Worst place, Napoli, I'm sorry to say. The city's got sights, but there's just so much not nice with the Napoli. Let me just double check this my PACX working properly, because I can't hear any sound at all. There we go, I don't hear any music, it was muted. Yeah, so Napoli, fantastic. Absolutely
Are available
loved
for
that place.
Please note we only accept credit cards.
Sorry, Napoli I didn't like. Did not enjoy Napoli. Did not enjoy Napoli. Again, it's a beautiful city, it has its sights, but there's just so much litter and people weren't so bad. People spoke to were really nice, but it's just the mafia control a lot of it. It's just not very, very pleasant. So yeah, Napoli, do not recommend. Hastings is very nice in south coast of England. Hastings is definitely worth the trip. It's between Tenerife and Paris. I'll probably say Tenerife actually. Paris again, it's not my favourite city in the world, but it's got its sights. Good to walk around. Go to a bar, I guess. But Tenerife was just great. Out in the sun in the middle of February. It was hot. It was nice. Tenerife, worth a trip. Definitely worth the trip. Do a flight from Honolulu to Los Angeles, 5 hours and 10 minutes, and a return flight. Very nice. So a riddle. A plane crashed and discovered with every single person found dead. Please take survivors to talk to them. On the plane, how is this possible? I'm going to make a guess that it's something along the lines of all the people inside the aeroplane were killed and survivors were outside the aeroplane, something like that. FGIPC works on X-Plane, yes. So you're on XUIPC, Pilot King for X-Plane, you're on XUIPC. Same thing, just a different name for sake of X-Plane. Welcome there, person. I'm afraid I can't... It's running through Google Translate. Go on then, I'm in a good mood today. Second Google Translate, let's see what you're up to, dude. Shangzhou, there you go, Shangzhou. What plane is this? This is the Boeing 737-800. Right. The 737-800. Fair enough, that was a really, really bad one. The aircraft on the left hand side, same altitude. I don't know if they're flying parallel to us or not, so let's look at the map. Ooh, they're flying the same altitude and I guess in a collision course. We're flying to Munich as well. People are very close on that. I got to Australia in June. Did COVID COVID affects my job in that there was less passengers travelling, so if anything it was quieter at work. Did it affect travel? Yes. I had to cancel several trips. I cancelled Dublin. I booked 6 to Dublin, got cancelled. I cancelled Malaga. I cancelled Mallorca. I cancelled it wasn't Frankfurt. Somewhere in central Germany I was going to as well, going to meet a mate of mine, which cancelled. So central Germany I cancelled. Cancelled New York in a 747. I had a 747 ticket in my hand. They threw it out. So yeah, cancelled New York. What else did I have to cancel? That was about it really. New York, Germany, also Poland. Also cancelled Poland because of my grandparents as well. So 6 trips cancelled. Poland, New York, Germany, Malaga, Mallorca, and what's the other one? Dublin. Cancelled Dublin. I'm sure I'll go to Dublin later this year. That's a guarantee. Just need to figure out the best time to do it. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed the accent at the microwave. It's not exactly the strongest British accent out there, but I'm glad you enjoy it. Most people stick around for the mouse wheel. In French again, it's dis. Dis. Why is Ryanair landings always a thing? Oh, talking about hard landings. I see what you mean. We'll do, dude. When we're in Dublin, I'll definitely give you a shout. I'll probably give, well, the rate of things, about half of XU a shout. Yeah, so I don't remember the time before the merger of the UK and Irish divisions, but I can, well, based on what I see to this day, the merger's, well, been fantastic. Honestly, a lot of community in that group. Absolutely adore every minute of it. Now, I'm keeping my close on this TCAS, because like I said, there's an aircraft on my left-hand side, literally same altitude on a inset path with us. I may consider climbing the altitude. Depends how much clearance we get between one another. But I may climb to either I'll climb to 39 rather than the 737. Keeping an eye open first, just in case I do become visible on the left-hand side. Yeah, what, 30 miles away from us? Yeah, 30 miles at the time. Oh no, yeah, your accent's favoured as Scotland's very, very strong. And again, you're supposed to be Polish. I don't know quite how a Polish-Scottish accent works, because for me, my English accent of Polish-wise isn't always the easiest, but it's understandable. Scottish sounds a natural, I'm afraid, dude. Now, where is this? Is there also Ryanair inbound to us as well? No, it's Lufthansa. Lufthansa? Yeah, Lufthansa. Lufthansa Papa Whiskey from Dublin to Munich. Level 370, and getting closer. Yeah, I'm dropping it in the chat, Parky, not a problem. So if you're looking for the FSIPC version of for X-Plane, so you want XP11, which you can get from the website here. XP11 for X-Plane, stick it into your plugins folder, and you're good to go. And unlike Microsoft Flight Simulator, you don't need to load this alongside anything, it just comes automatically. Fun fact, Skyline, I've never dadded in my life, and I don't plan to. Stupid move, unlike stupid people. Next couple of flights. I'm hoping maybe next Saturday I can do one of them drinks. Depends if I'm working or not next Saturday. I want to do a flight from Manchester to... what was it? Manchester to... Where did we do that flight to last time? Because again, that was quite a good flight we had planned. Cancun. Manchester to Cancun. I'm going to do that in 787. It's a 10.5 hour flight time, so I need to make sure I've got a day where I'm not at work, just wholly at home. So, as soon as I get an idea for that, I will give you a shout. At the moment, the answer is nothing confirmed yet, but I hope so soon. Thank you, Jordy. Thank you for the screenshots. I'm looking around in turn now, so hopefully this collision was ahead of us. It's going to happen, but we'll see. It's a great routing as well. So clearing the confidence now for Luke. Presumably a third legacy track is now pretty much just behind us. Again, only within 10 miles. Where are you? You're 10 miles away from me. Supposedly you're on top of me. That's the thing, I can't quite see them though. Problem or not. There's a boat down there. There's supposed to be traffic pretty much on top of me right now. Same altitude. 6 miles to my rear. So they should be on screen. I can't see them. Probably means my model matching is a bit off at the moment. To be fair, Harzu, the base training at 737-700s out of East Midlands, probably there is one stream worth doing, well, who doing it with then 737 systems. Yes, look, they're supposedly now what? They're 3 miles on my tail. I should hear them, let alone see them. There they are! There we go. There they are. Yeah, okay, there is separation between us, and I think we're going to cross paths without too much conflicts in the end. So Lufthansa A320 crossing by that. Yeah, there is a bit of outer separation between us. There is slightly distance as well. Cross our paths. You enjoy your flight to Munich, dude. Is that Lufthansa? 5 Papa Whiskey. From the passenger point of view. Yeah, it's moments like that I really enjoy. You just meet up another aircraft in the sky, cross their paths, give them a little wave, and you carry on. Moments like that I really do like. Would you say a 737 is much harder than the 320? I mean, if you know one, the other one's not particularly more difficult. There's a lot of systems commonality of any aircrafts. Airbus or Boeing, you basically do the same setup, just the Boeing, using switches, and Airbus, you've got buttons instead. The 737 is not the most difficult aircraft to know. There's a few processes you need to learn, to this day I am still learning, but again, it takes time, but the more you practice, the more you'll get there, dude. I've never been to Germany past, I've been there a couple of times. It's a lovely country, I'll be back there again soon. Do you think it'll be 2-0 to Crystal Palace? Tomorrow, isn't it? Yeah, tomorrow at Wembley. Should be good for us. So hopefully with Madrid. Fair enough, we lost the Madrid game, but, well, we lost in the aggregate, but we had a really good run. 6-0 against Southampton as well last week. Hopefully we've got the momentum to keep the team going. Yes, there is commonality between the A320 and 737 and the bolts, in terms of, I guess, how you fly it. Even flight management computer, there's a few things in there that you do pretty much do the same anyway. Yeah, we gave them the League Cup bolts. I'm sure they don't mind passing us the FA Cup. No, so I have confidence. We should get over without too many problems. Flew Jet 2, flew Jet 2 once, flew from Tenerife to London Stansted. Oh, good spot there, David. Very good spot. There's Schiphol. Flew there 2 weeks ago when I went to Paris. I went via Amsterdam, and then from Amsterdam flight down to Stansted. Very, very good. So showing Microsoft Flight Simulator, this would have been absolutely fantastic. This is the same bad scenery. It's not bad again from what 37,000 feet. You're looking at, I guess, the ground. You can see what it is and what it's trying to be. I'm sure with the satellite imagery, this would be an absolute work of art. Yeah, flew to Amsterdam a couple of weeks ago. Lovely airports. Need to actually get out to Amsterdam one day. And just more travelling, exploring in the city centre. Got a screenshot of the meet up there. Flown on 2 Ryanair. They're not 737 MAX aircraft, Ivan. If you're flying a Ryanair 737, it's a 737 game changer aircraft. These are the correct terms with these airplanes. Yes, I've been on 2 737 game changer aircrafts. One was the outbound Stansted to Tenerife flight. The second was Napoli to Stansted. And on that flight, I actually got a chance to quickly sit in the cockpit and have a quick chat with the pilot. Fantastic guy, really good to have a little laugh with. Again, the MAX, not an aircraft I've got too many issues with. They've had to look at it, they've scrutinised it. It's one of the most scrutinised aircraft in the world, basically. And yeah, I do feel confident flying it. has a rough start, but I can't say much else about that really. Yes, it's a game changer. And you're right, it's an 8200. It's the 737 8200 game changer. Not an 800, not an 8 Max, not a 200 on its own, it's an 8200 game changer. Got to get the branding right, especially for flying right now ourselves. I hope actually they do to the onboard models as well, because I've got the 800NG model aeroplane. I've also got the louder A320 model as well, because on Ryanair aircraft you buy little models of aeroplanes. So I've got the 73 and A320. I'm hoping they may do a game changer model as well for the new aircraft, but I'll probably just stick to the old models. The tailcode, Delta Alpha Zulu, which actually left the fleet years and years and years ago. Still the same tailcode. Slight routes from Forest Aberdeen, not bad. I presume you're going to go on it, dude, because, well, just do it. Just do it. Yeah, this is XP11, Ivan. This is XP11. Ivan and Sharon, XP11. A little bit of a glare on the displays. I'm not quite sure where that is coming from because, well, the sun's not by the window and we have a roof. There's sun's position. Sun's position is it's well above the aircraft, which we don't like seeping through. That's just classic X-Plane things. To be fair, Microsoft Flight Simulator is the same sometimes as well. We're at level 370. Doing Mach decimal 7.3, ETA 2120 Zulu, so we're landing about 50 minutes. Space arrival 1 hour and 3, so we're about 13 minutes ahead of schedule at the moment. Let's have a quick look. Also got to bear in mind that it's night time, because it's night time it's dark, so right now in the sim it's... where's the clock? So it's 17:32 in the sim, so we're landing about 1 hour exactly, we're 3 minutes ahead as the route goes. I use 2 trackers, Willie, for flying. I use 2 trackers. There's one. If you go to my chat, there's a pinned comment at the very top, and that pinned comment takes you to Webite, which is this link here. So that's my airplane there, the blue one. So out Stansted, currently en route, currently just to the east of Amsterdam. Very short, so you can be on Roman radar, so I'll get ready to contact them very shortly. But yes, that's our aircraft there on the IVAO Webite. Alternatively, on the rare occasion I'm not on IVAO, which is very, very rare. And there's also the alternative Volanta. So if you want to try me on Volanta, I can give you a link for that. Then go in chat, and then you can track us on the Volanta tracker as well. And here's a briefing as well as your flight information, your flight plan, your times, your weights, flights log, winds. So for your handout for our winds, so you see top percent winds, just marks there, and then during descent, we'll calculate our winds at different altitudes. So it'll be 310. 20, 15 and 100. ICO flight plan, there's your weather information and routes, and your no tabs and information we need to know about on departure arrival airports. I mean, I say, in terms of what SimBrief provides, I mean, this is pretty much a like-to-like copy of what a Lido flight plan looks like. So Ryanair used the Lufthansa Integrated Dispatch Operation Star Flight Plan, LIDO for short, and I mean I've seen this compared to an actual flight plan on paper. This is very, very, very well done. So yeah, fair play SimBrief. Very, very well put together. This very well structured. Favourite airports? Yes, this is LevelUp, Hazu. This is LevelUp. I use it over the Ultimate and Zyber mods because it's just easier in my case to have it all together package-wise for the airplanes. But I do plan to fly the Zyber again at some point soon. 90% close to real thing. Hats off to them, absolutely. I've seen the flight plans in real life, and yeah, it's almost like a copy of the other. I mean, for me, Swales, I do like IVAO. If you're besides into your community and your chatting in your groups, then so IVAO definitely worth a look. Haven't used VATSIM in a little while now, for about 2 years since I last used VATSIM. Yeah, especially in the XU community, some very good people to talk to in there. Don't have to read Lido to use the easy formats. To be fair, it's not too dissimilar to the formats. Most of the stats in the same place, most of the information in the same place, especially on the front page. Just more text. I'm well aware of flight radar, really. It's something I use quite a lot in my, well, when it comes to the Premiere flights, I guess, as well. Yeah, flight radar 24, very, very handy indeed. So the next flight I'll be on board will be a Swiss Airlines. Let's have it. So the next flight I'll be on will be LX345. You see right now, so it's BTS-3, it's a A220, a Bombardier C-Series. That's very British daily. Tell you what, actually, while you're here, Gary, I don't know, because where is Delta Yankee right now? I don't know why. I'll give you a bit of history of this airplane, I guess. Delta Yankee Alpha. It's an airplane I've never been on in real life because I just. Delta Yankee Alpha is a couple of years old now. It's what, 7, 8, 9 years old, so it's not a young airplane by any means. But ever since I first flew the PMG 737 back in the days of FSX, my tail code on that was Delta Yankee Alpha. Then when I moved to X-Plane, I had livery commissions for Delta Yankee Alpha. And on P3D, when I flew the PMDG on P3D for the NGXU, I also went for Delta Yankee Alpha. I've never seen this airplane in real life, I've never been on this airplane in real life, but for some reason, Delta Yankee Alpha just became my 737 from the flight sim. I go to the aircraft. Most flown aircraft on this, 168 hours out of 70 flights. I've never seen this airplane ever at all, but if you make it happen, Gary, Delta Yankee Alpha, send it my way. I'd love to actually fly it. So there's nothing special about it. It's literally just the same as every other Ryanair 73 out there, just a few years old. But I'd love a chance to actually just fly it because I don't know, just yeah. I think I was running very short of that in a second. We'll get a frequency on standby. Yeah, it just. In fact, let me try and find the original livery I first used for it. So it was a freeway livery I found off the internet. PMDG 77. There we go. There you go. This is where I got it from. So if I do a search for now, thank you very much. There you go. Out of nowhere, just looks online. There you go. 77800 Ryanair, Echo Delta Yankee Alpha, FSP3D, NGX. I thought, let's give it a download, see what happens. And since then, no matter what, of course, it was whiz out first, won't you? Since then, no matter what sim I've been on, I've always transferred the Delta Yankee Alpha call sign, the Delta Yankee Alpha tail code. Sorry. Right, 123.925. Let's say hello. Good evening, Drawyah Radar. This is Ryanair 6 X-ray at level at flight number 370 inbound Oscar Sierra November.
Ryanair 65 stable in Malo identified. Proceed by Galu.
Proceed direct to Galu, Ryanair 6 X-ray. It was a very shaky introduction there from me, not my best. He's more than the pilot, Alfie. He's a lot more than the pilots. Although, actually, I will ask you, have you actually... I know you've done all the simulated stuff. Have you flown commercially yourself up front, or has it just been a career path that sends you where you are now? So I don't think you've ever talked about, I guess, being commercial historic pilots. Can you check out this channel? Okay, Seaplane Spotting, yes. I think I've seen a couple of their videos online. Yeah, Casey, whoops, trailer. Yeah, they do a lot of stuff out of LAX, Manchester, and other places. Yeah, I've seen a few of their videos. Some very, very good stuff. Good. No, these are really, must admit. I'm happy for middle guys. It's a good camera work out of this stuff. Okay, so Emirates.
And I had a mic on present did I level off measure of life.
Again.
Yeah,
So there's some good stuff on this channel. It's nice to watch sometimes. Do I speak Polish? Nie mówiłem troszkę polsku, Dawid. Nie mówiłem troszkę, nie bardzo dużo. Nie rozumiem całe polsku, no nie mówiłem dużo. I can understand Polish, pretty much all of it, just I don't speak much. Yes, very true, Rick. Sorry, I missed your comment there. With Volanta, you need to sign up for it. That's correct. With WebEye, it's available to everyone. Hence, on the comment, always use the WebEye. I'll only ever use the Volanta tracking link if I'm just not using IVAO for whatever reason. So you've never flown commercially. I've never flown a plane in real life. You've never done like Cessna or light aircraft, really? Oh, I might see if I can change that for you, dude. If you haven't fired something light.
Number 7, Charlie, Juliet, Bremen, hello, identified. Descent flight level 110, direct Sierra.
You know, I'm going to infant flight, so it's a good place to start, low-case typer. At the end of the day, if you enjoy infant flight, enjoy it. If it's a hobby you enjoy, then keep at it. I mean, fair enough, it's a mobile flight sim. It's actually a pretty good platform, infant flight, like myself, on my phone. But, yeah, definitely, it's a good place to start. Okay, if you want to be a pilot one day, do start somewhere, dude.
During 5 Zulu Tango Unicorn, ciao.
Unusually, ja czasami też nie wiem jak robić albo gosh. Yeah. VM. So I can't like that where I can understand. I mean, when it comes to my mother, because she's Polish, she also talks to me in Polish. I respond to her in English. Or we'll have a conversation, just I guess cross language. So she'll talk to me in Polish, I respond in English, answer to answer. But when it comes to speaking Polish, especially in a conversation, I'll then start to muddle up words, and that's where I start to get confused. And in fact, I've not been to Poland in about 3 years now. My Polish knowledge has dropped, so I'm sure when I go there again soon, there'll be a chance for me to just to relearn the language, pick things up. Can you pick the standby? I'm not a pilot in real life, no. I am far from a pilot. Can you change standby to LevelUp? You can do, yes. If I go to the configuration, go to hardware. Is it hardware? No, sorry, it's actual sim hardware. Display, systems. If I go to the standby. So change your pilot between, so this is Colin's MC panel. I've changed it to a Honeywell. Not many 737s use the Honeywell system, but there's an option there for you if you want it. There you go, so I've got, at the moment, my pressurization displays, sorry, pressurization, that's a bus, yeah. Pressurization's in analog. I'll switch to a digital panel if I want to, which is the more, that one? It's in the wrong place, so I just have to restore the pressurization panel, analog, digital. Very sure that's the pressurization panel, unless I just need to restart the aircraft for it. Fair enough. There's another option somewhere I can switch between Steam backup and digital as well.
Thank you very much for your ATC and ciao.
So there are options. There are options. Displays perhaps. There. That's what I need them. Light management system. Has on the 73 Max, not worth it in my opinion, Dylan. Not worth it. It's yeah. So there's history behind the what do you call it? The 737 people, the Max Design Project. That's the one with Walter White and all that. There's history behind it, and I've never really trusted it. So I stay away from that aircraft personally.
Number 7, Charlie, Juliet, connect Bremen 131, please over, ciao.
Never fully trusted it. Poland 12 days, very nice. I'll be in Poland in... I'll be in Poland in 28 days. Sure, let me change my details now, Gary. So, FR2136. STN ZE. Because I've got about a month in advance for the flights. But it'll probably be the return flight, because the outbound's not operated by louder flights. That'll be a 320. The return flight is a Ryanair standard, so Ryanair there. In May. Let's see, louder, Europe. And then FR 3473. RZE to Luton. This is going to be 17th of May. There you go. It's one of those things I can imagine. It's no promises, but well, so with about a month's notice, probably not difficult to do. Because the LT Alpha jumps around absolutely everywhere. It goes place to place. But again, it's an aircraft that I've carried with me for about 7 years on flight sim now, since I've opened it. In fact, ever since I picked up... Oh god, am I going to be able to get it out? Probably actually, I must move them carefully.
Stations on frequency number 3, Nickel 12.8, Bremer, that's fine.
Oh, Bremen's disconnecting, that's fine. There you go. Ever since I picked up the PMDG on disc, this is how I've had this thing now. Ever since I picked up on disc, I've always flown Delta Yankee Alpha. Nothing special about it, it was just a livery I picked up one day, and I've just carried it ever since. In fact, I can tell you why I've used that tailcode ever since, is because I'm just really lazy. If I go to aircraft, I just never want to... Delta Yankee Alpha, it's just that 737, which I've used that tailcode, so just, I guess it's commonality across the platforms. So yeah, I just always had delivery code for it. So it's currently in La Rochelle on my sim at the moment, that's my last flight with it. I've got one other Ryanair aircraft on here, which I've only ever used once. Actually, it's probably gone now. Only once I've ever flown another Ryanair aircraft, that was because of a Projects Fly routes scheduling thing, this, that, and the other we're showcasing. But yeah, when it comes to Ryanair and flight sim, I have always flown Delta Yankee Alpha. Always. Warsaw, I think it's just modelling with Ryanair. Double check that one. I'm very sure it's just modelling because modelling is the cheaper airport operationally for Ryanair. Warszawa modelling, yes. It's just modelling they fly out of Warsaw. It's like Paris. The only Paris airport they fly out of is Beauvais. Even then, it's not quite Paris airports. But we didn't talk... In fact... Hang on. Here you go. When it comes to Paris airports, we'll start approach config in a second, start calculations for that. But before I get into that, the best ever video I've ever seen social media wise from hang on, it's from Ryanair. In personal notes, mentions Paris. There we go. This is a little while ago now, so the people that Ryanair had to do their social... Because Ryanair social media is very popular, especially on TikTok. But back in the day, you had these characters. on the old Twitter. The Aero News, like I said, this is my favourite series ever in terms of social media. Never the names.
Your all-new weekly look at the world of Ryanair. To comply with new legislation by the German Democratic...
Let's say the names. How should I say it?
New weekly look at the world of Ryanair.
He's Dirk Fondley. I can never remember what his name is.
Democratic People's Republic. We've had to undergo a makeover. But I'm still Dirk Fondley.
There we go. Dirk Fondley and Phil Gently. That's them. They're long gone from the company, but their cockpit karaoke is the best thing ever. I'll let you enjoy it.
Only the strongest specimens.
I'll let you enjoy it. This is something.
We're just about to land in a place that you all know. We know it's not that central, but the fares are really low. Cause for 20 odd years we've been saying Beauvais, Paris. Paris? Where the f is Paris? 20 odd years of waiting for a chance to fly you to an airport near the capital of France. But we'll never get tired of telling you that Beauvais is Paris. Yes, for 20 odd years we've been saying Beauvais is Paris.
There you go. And this is from the dog's mouth directly. Ryanair. Like I say, Ryanair social media has always been fantastic, but that for me was peak Ryanair social media when they had Dirk Fondley and Phil Gently on the crew. Their social media has always been fantastic, but yeah, there you go. Paris Beauvais. Not quite in Paris. Right, so it's plugging our approach. I see Gary's probably just, well, not here anymore. Right, setting runway 31 approach. Also make sure we're on Unicorn now because the ATS is connected. Right, ILS runway. The building's familiar. Oh yeah, I mean that's the other bit as well. So if I go back to the go back to it, so that's the other part of it. The tweets. Yeah, the Ryanair.
A special scene.
There you go. Behind the scenes at Ryanair. We'll definitely know this building.
Welcome to Ryanair headquarters. It's another busy day at the head office of Europe's largest airline. The latest batch of recruits, or inmates, are being shown the ropes. They're shown around where various departments are situated in the building, and learning some of the key phrases they will need to thrive and grow at Ryanair.
No, that's too expensive. Flash sale. Always getting better.
Before being treated to the traditional Ryanair welcome lunch.
Do we get half days on Fridays?
Only the strongest specimens survive this ecosystem.
Yeah, this is 2018. This was the back when Ryanair weren't quite taking itself seriously. They knew that they were the airline that everyone were annoyed at, and they basically took that in their stride. These days, Ryanair are now a lot more family friendly and actually focus on all the customer service side of things as well. I mean, these days are actually, let's say, very pleasant airline to fly with. 2018, I flew them a lot, but that for me was peak Ryanair social media. Always been fantastic, but that was the best, by far the best. And then cockpit karaoke. They've done a few cockpit karaoke's. They are very good. There's one more as well. I'll try and find it later, but there's one that they do basically just sing about Wizz Air, Purple. So it's Prince Purple Rain, but Purple Plane, and basically talking about Wizz Air. It's hilarious. Bodler 1 Bravo approach. That. Flight plan. So currently approaching Garlu. Step. Notice continuities, and actually that's a very nice approach in. So Zokek down to Charlie 552, and that just finds us down the glide path and line us down to the airport. Cool. So I'm happy with that. Back to you. Go to program. Sorry, destination. There you go. Destination forecast. Right. So. In terms of our descent, we need to get the winds for the following. That's descent, so we're going to get it for 200, 150 and 10,000. Sorry, hang on. sorry, what 200 and 100, that's definitely. I think it's actually 310 I need to, which is our. Was it from top descent? Is it so? It's I know it's so. I know the second one's flight level 200 and flight level 100. I can't remember. Do we use our topper cruise, which is top descent 19370 here, or do we use 310, 5,000 feet? Sorry, 6,000 feet below us from the current position. Gary. 310 yeah, it is 310. Fair enough. Right. So 310. That will be. So it's 22 at 54. Uh, 200. That is 02041. And 100. 16 at 24. That. So that's our winds now calculated for descent forecast. What I can do is set a fix up for the top of the glide slope incept. So we need to incept the glide slope at approach charts as well. So approaching runway 31 on the ILS localizer. That'll be on the approach. Yeah, maybe that one coming from the south. Taxi charts now also are running as well. So we need to inset glide slope at Sierra Charlie 521. So we'll take 521, copy that, go to the fixes, input that, and we are going to draw a radius at 111 miles. So I think it's just a case of /111. If I remember correctly, there we go. So it's drawn a fix for us, slightly beyond the top of the descent, but that's taking out of the routing. This is basically as the crow flies for our approach. So that for us is the essentially where our top descent will be, kind of between there. So another one up for 4 miles, which we will need to slow down for the very short final. I can't remember. There's another one that is recommended for. It's 4 miles or 8 miles now. On the runways are fixed, not the incepts. That's runway 31 is a fix. So /11. So we gain 111, which is our cruising altitude, flights level times 3 divided by 10. So 37 times 3, 111. And if that's going to be our essentially our top descent. Now remember, it's either 8 miles or 4 miles, which essentially needs to be our landing configuration and pre-land checks completes. Fairly sure it's 4 miles. So 11, 10 and 4, thank you very much. And then also set up our performance approach, so show reference, 30 degrees of flats, approaching speed limits, approach speed 129, which I'm in plus VREF. 110.5, which is the same as Stansted, 105 set, and 206 degrees on the course. .06, 306, and 306. So I've got our approach configuration sets up. 105, 105, 306, 306, 306. Got the fixes drawn on the ND there for us. Approach configured, so expecting runway 31 on the Bottler 1 Bravo approach. So on the initial ref, double click the 5 wind correction. Let's go back to that. Larger flash speed as you go from there. Ah, okay. Oh, very good. Thank you very much. the course, David. So your course is your runway heading. So if I pop open the charts for approach, so the important details here is the course, the heading for the runway, the ILS frequency if available, and the identifier, which is Sierra Zulu Charlie, Szczecin. So in this case, the runway heading is 306 degrees on a frequency of 110.5. So the localizer, the nav frequency here, this will now search frequencies 10.5, basically around the aircraft, and find the closest one, which hopefully will be the one at Szczecin by the time we approach that. Essentially, it's going to use the fix for the frequency to guide the aircraft in towards the airports, and the course will put it on a particular heading, which in this case will be the one that intersects the runway. So 306 degrees is the runway heading, 105 is the ILS frequency that the aircraft will be looking for on the approach. And then it's the standard 3 degrees down glide slope, so glide slope 3 degrees down, our minimums. So we'll be doing a localizer approach again. We're not going to auto land it, so localizer's fine. Minimum over 560. I can never remember in the 737 when he sets up the minimums. Yeah, so Stansted I set the course and heading as 042 because the runway 04 heading at Stansted is 42 degrees. VOR, you're right, so VOR needs sets to 114.25, sorry 75, correction, which is Szczecin. Now, I'm glad you're here, Gary. How do you switch from ADF to VOR? That's something I've never ever been able to do in this aircraft. How do you switch from ADF to VOR? Just where do you input VOR? I can do nav frequency, I can do nav the approach, I can do communication frequencies. I have never ever been able to figure out VOR in this aeroplane. Sentence in Pilot, how are you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chats, how are you doing today, dude? So, VHF frequency if I need to. High frequency I can do as well. AM if I need to. I'm just going in up. I've never ever been able to figure out the I can do ADF I can do no problem. So the few aircraft that actually use ADF I can set no problem. On the first officer's side, oh, so what? Am I just doing? No. This is where am I going? Have a look. Oh, so what? You just. So what, 114.75, and now what, do I just do that? Seriously? Not really it. Then surely I must admit that has me so I don't quite understand that. So fair enough, I'm not the expert in this aeroplane, you are. So I know, for example, so first I know the fact that so captain's side 105, that's going to be based in, well, we got the master flight director at the moment, so hang on, so alright, on the MCP right, so the captain first officer, make sure that the switch is up on the VOR, which it is. 1 and 2, both VOR sets. Oh! Really? Wow, you really learn something new every day. So the so in my case, I guess because I've got the master flight director active at the moment, this is going to be reading that as a ILS frequency, and then the co-pilot side is a. So at some point, I want to know kind of more about how that system in particular works. Mid video, sure thing if you want to see it, Holly. This is the tweet, like I say, it's a thing of legends. ADF, so ADF, I can never quite remember what it stands for. Automatic direction finder. So ADF and VOR work in a very similar thing in that it basically just tracks the position of the airport and the mileage from the aircraft's current position. In this case, send frequency 140.75 to a VOR beacon at the airport, which according to the chart is located just well, north of the airport-ish there. And so one uses a frequency, one uses another type of frequency, but again I can't remember the specifics. I think one's high frequency, one's something like that, one low frequencies, something like that. But essentially, from a normal point of view, ADF and VOR are the same thing, basically. There you go, automatic direction finder. The charts are, yes, all on charts, so if I try to find an airport that uses ADF, I can't think of any top of my head, so I can probably find on the charts. Yeah, that's fine. There you go, so if you go around the flight soft side, you'll switch from frequency 10 to, like it did, and the aircraft will pick up the VOR and need to go around. So if the master flight director doesn't mean anything, fair enough. Having the ILS set on both sides means that both sides are receiving ILS. If you go around on the first officer side, you switch from the frequency to from 1045. Okay. Right. Okay. I kind of get that now. So, is there no requirements to have the frequency on both sides then? So you have one set for the ILS, one set for the VOR. Right, okay. Well, I'm telling you, that's something every day. NavGraph is very handy, idiots. Yes, NavGraph is very, very handy. I used to use ChartFox a lot, but NavGraph, all on package, very easy to use. ChartFox, too many missing charts for me to use efficiently. Nope, you set both the ILS, the left side will be your pilot, which is a false pilot. You also need to set both sides so the pilot monitoring to see its display. So, that leads to my next question. Okay, I guess the answer is pretty simple, is when you then switch onto the ILS, just switch over from the VOR, which in this case is the mileage to the airport, over to ILS, and then, well, both false pilot gauge, VOR approach mode required is needed. I presume. There's a lot I don't know. So for now we're using it for the sake of tracking the mileage. So now we're 109 miles DME from the airport, entering our outer range 110, so between now and about 20 miles at our top of descent, which will get the altitude set to the intercepts. So intercepts are quite like 1,700, quite low altitude that's. So you're intercepting 1,700, so set that on the altitude. Yeah, we'll get that. So you need LS for both sides. The left side will be for the autopilot, which is left autopilot, but you need it on both sides so the pilot monitoring will see his display. And now set your barometer minimum point of the charts for the QNH extent. Hang on, so now set your barometer minimum according to the. So set you to barometer, and the barometer minimums is going to be 560. Go. Yeah, 361. So we're basing it on the ILS Class C aircraft, not local. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, you're right. No, you are right there. That's the wrong number. You're totally right. 361 Class C aircraft, autonomous approach. There we go. Just ignore me there. So localizer, first is localizer with bar slope outs. There you go. Alright, let's reset the. Not that one. Reset the VNav. Let's start our descents. Ladies and gentlemen, we have just reached the top of our descent. We're landing at Szczecin in approximately 23 minutes. Very shortly, we'll be asking you to return to your seats with your seatbelts fastened, so if you need to use toilets, please do so now before we prepare the aircraft for landing. Once again, we have just reached the top of our descent, and we should be landing in Szczecin in approximately 23 minutes. Thank you. Really nice to passengers sometimes. Safe landing at Honolulu, Alfie. Safe landing. Once again, we've just reached the top of our descent. We should be landing in Szczecin in approximately 23 minutes. Thank you. So start our descent into, so finally missing QNH while set, yeah, and that'll be QNH, so meter, I don't know what you do it, Echo Papa, Sierra Charlie. Right, our meter is, oh sorry, altimeter. 1034. 1034 sets and 1034 sets. Perfect. Yeah, so we'll see, Adam. We shall see what then will be like. Hopefully not a bad one. To be fair, last time I flew the LevelUp, the trim decided to randomly straight itself out on the very last second ball touchdown. That was a bit of a float. So hopefully this time more standard. How do you get roles in Discord? Membership roles if you're a channel member. That's it, that's the only role I've got. Actually, I think, have you got the ATC roles? I'm very sure you are an ATC controller. Size of descent, passing level 280. So passing descent. Should be at level 10 by Bodler, about 4 times ahead of us, not a problem. The FMS not asking for drag, so we'll let the aircrafts continue descent as is. Aircraft around 265 knots of descent. There you go, interview sometimes, Pilot King. Actually, that's quite a nice one there. Most of Flight Sim stream probably tomorrow, Vortex. Probably tomorrow. Thank you, Mikox. This is just my work shirt, this, but thank you. It's from the Volunteer Railway. It's all good. Set up, as you can see. Now look at the runway and space just processing needs for the runway exits. So, at Poznan. Well, so we're landing at Drawyah 331. We'll vacate at Delta or Charlie. To be fair, Charlie's in front of the terminal. There's no traffic down behind us, so we can actually go quite light brake if we need to. So 8,000 foot runway, 2,500 meters. Yeah, if we went for light braking, so try and get us out of Charlie. This is just right in front of the terminal. So should be braking level 1 this approach tonight. Braking's a bit more reserve on the auto and the reverse thrust as well. Well, the runway, why not use it? As you're satisfied Delta with you, so it's expecting the. So you set this out through Delta with you. In fact, you're right, didn't look hard enough, that's break 2 will do. There we go, fair enough. At some point as well, probably look into different. I'll look into different levels of water brake, kind of what's the requirements for each. It's like Charlie. There you go. Jackson, thank you very much, dude. Second month in economy class, dude. Good evening to you too, dude. Hope you're doing alright. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Well, it's second month now, so you're still on board, dude. We're running our flights, all economy. Thank you very much. Always appreciated. Yeah, so exiting at Charlie, so we'll use left the runway. So plenty of runway, takes an hour to understand, so it's nice and simple to do. What was you again on that, Sim? No comment, Diego. No comments. Now, we are definitely not going to make this at the moment, so I'm going to need to hold at... Hold at where? Bodlar? So, not just hold at Zavik and Eltub. At the moment we are pretty high for where we need to be at the moment. We're passing 20,000 feet now, so... we'll have to hold a bottler then. We'll have to kind of make our own. So yeah, we'll just leave it default, I guess, for now. At top of the descent, way too high. Slightly big one actually. Charge, bottler. This is properly, so get rid of that. Bottle up. So southwest inbound course. Right on profile, really? I mean, unless I'm underestimating the 737 here. We've got 19,000 passing now. 20 miles to Bodler, should be at level 10. Okay, we'll carry on then. Probably just me, not Oh, you're right, there's the A there. See, I'm just panicking now, that's what I'm doing, I'm just panicking. Seatbelt son, turn you back to your seats. Just calm down, Drawyah. Calm down. It's like the big guns are watching you right now, judging your every move. How to do window view parking? Well, set custom viewpoints by using the Control Alt keys and numpad. It's simply just a case of moving to the cabin and just sticking yourself in a seat somewhere in the aeroplane. Simple to do. You got this. Now we're getting there. So you're walking me through it step by step. I'll try and get you on this at some point soon as well. So I've got the background, everything ready to go. Where is it? Where's the there's the thing of dreams. Not that one, it is that one. There you go. Thing of dreams that. In the cockpit centre himself. Yeah, soon. We'll get onto that soon, dude. Through 16,000, flight 160. Transition altitude at Poznan is 6,500, wasn't it? I'm sure I read that somewhere. Set by ATC on that. Transition altitude 6,500, but we'll set to look at them to well before that. No, you're right, 15,000 now. No, you are right, looking across. It is on track. Wrong airports. Shouldn't be. Yeah, Szczecin, Goleniów, 500. Oh, so I say Poznan, sorry. Oh, sorry. Poznan, Szczecin, all the same in my mind. It's western Poland. Thank you, Zortex. Appreciate the kind words. Go watch. Right, fast pass through 10,000, so very momentarily. So fully understanding. Do we set the engines continuous for approach as well? I know you set it for landing. Sorry, you set it for takeoff as well. Do you set engines continuous for approach as well, or is it just for takeoff continuous? It's a great channel. Thank you, friends. There's way more good stuff to come. Very, very good. Yeah, so let's say there's a few things hopefully on the way soon, Diego, and the cockpit background will play a big part of that, so stay tuned for that. Stay tuned. There's the airport, tempers and sights. Only in de-icing and the gear comes down. There you go. I'll say that for now. We can get to 527 at 6,000 feet. Cabin crew, 10 minutes landing, 10 minutes. Evening Danny, how are you doing? Channel chats. Approaching 10,000 feet. Stand lights are set. We'll go to set the Altimeter now to local. Yeah, so yeah, actually 1,700. Looking at the green arc, that is pretty much just on top. We're going to approach now. Very shortly, this should drop down to at least 250 knots. So we get down to 10,000. There we go, that's dropping now. Monolith, how you doing, dude? Confirming, still under 29 knots for approach. Aircraft, either 737 or 747. When do you see Ryzen train Switzerland again, then, Mika? On Friday, I'm actually going to Switzerland in real life to ride the trains. From Zurich down to Schur and Arosa. So yeah, real life, Friday, I'm in Switzerland. Right, 10,000 feet, let's focus. So past 10,000, land lights are set. Temperature sets local, aircraft hold 250 knots. In terms of what the aircraft will do in terms of speed, so we'll get to Sozek, reduce down to 220, 101 by 522. I'll be using the flat as well for the sound as well. Speak German? Not at all. Okay, 200 knots, 10 nautical miles, 190 at 9, 180 at 8, 177, so forth, so forth. Gear down, flaps 15, 5, fast speed of 4. And that's when I got these order cycles there. So 10 miles, reduced to 200, slow down as required, 15 at 5. So flaps 15 at 5, flaps 30 at 4, there you go. It's just a case of, well, now that I know it, kind of put it into a use case. Bolster it. Little high, little fast, but it's wide as needed. Yes, I'd agree with that. Flaps 1. Flaps 5. Speed's 200. Go. Speed intervention. Okay, on that next time. Speed intervention bottom, right speed knob. I got 200 now. So if I was then bring it back onto that. Ah, there we go. More you know. So leave it on the VNav. It's not just speed, actually speed intervention. Bring it back. Makes sense. So aircraft 200 knots. Should reach Zosek at 3,500. Yeah, maybe on the high side, not to the end of the world at the moment. So Diamond's our point of view, we're pretty much bang on the altitude there, just kind of passing through the centre of that. Let the aircrafts align the runway on the LNAV, of course, switching into the RLO guys, it's far more accurate on the LNAV. Rather than the aircraft to do it freehand with its that. Flap settings on the ICAS. Flap settings you get, where are they? Nope, you just dial here on your middle of the pedestal. Right, left hand turn. This was along the runway. Cabin crew, seats of landing please, seats of landing.
Cabin crew, seats of landing please, seats of landing.
Right. So make up along the runway. Active. 10 miles.
2,500.
Just 160. The aircraft should bleed off speed for every mile we fly towards the 4-mile marker. Very shortly, let's go to the glide slope. Just down and drop. Okay, so it slows down further than I thought it would do, so leave it on that for now. Where are we? We are 9 miles. Okay, we'll do that one there. Approach mode active. Switch on autopilot. Switch on the runway. Six miles. Minimum approach speed 129 knots. Okay, to go around, I'm switch altitude sets to 2,200. That's 15, gear down. (129 knots).
Gear down, 3 degrees.
30. 3 greens, thank you very much. Go to you. Oh, fair enough.
1,000.
So this is dual autopilot, only for Autoland, not normal UK, fair enough. Right, pre-land checks. Gear down, 3 greens, flaps set, spoilers armed? That? Yep, spoilers armed, speed brake off, thank you very much. We're on Unicom right now, no traffic, so I presume we've got land clearance. Cabin secure, pre-land checks complete. Get the throttle in the right place for us. And also quite the airspace, under control. There's no pappies on the runway, apparently, so it's going to be entirely freehand. So what's that can happen? A bit above the glide slope, so make some adjustments for that. Light source, adding glare to the windshield, really appreciate it.
Approaching minimums. Minimum.
Let's continue.
100.
60.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Final throttle and push down, reverse sets. Knots. 80 knots. 6 knots reverses cuts. Needs the brakes. Vacate on Charlie.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome
Well, just a good landing route, I must admit. Didn't feel like a 295.
7:37 p.m. and it's currently about 4 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off.
We're going to replay that landing.
Opening the overhead bins as items may have been shifted during the flight.
Let's screw the
This is your
rights.
final destination. We thank you for flying with us. If you're making a connection, we encourage you to check your itinerary to ensure a smooth continuation of your journey.
So it's down on the right hand side. Probably could have vacated down to be fair, but not the end of the world. Yeah, let's see what PACX say about the and rate there. PACX will be our saving grace for once. Right, vacate to the right. Flaps up, APU starts. Then lights off, taxi lights sets. And that comes down. Check brakes. Use flight directs, they come off. Good job, that was perfection. Got there in the end. That's the seal of approval I need. Even the touchdown was a bit on the hefty side. There's only one stand I can see ahead of us, so that'll be our only choice, I guess. Up the side there as well. Just clear the chrono, don't need that anymore. Yeah, happy to chat, Gary. Happy to chat. The worst parking job ever, but hey ho, there we go. Brakes, parking brake, sets, APU available, generators, bleeds. engines off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Szczecin. Local time right now is approximately 20 to midnight. Temperature 12 degrees centigrade with few clouds but no rain reported. We thank you for flying with Ryanair, hoping you will join your flight on board with us today and hope to see us again in the very near future. Camp crew, let's have a cross check please. Thank you for flying with us today. You've got night mode for night flights. Very good. Variable sets. Stairs formation, I guess. Squaddy aircraft. The Squaddy aircraft. Park brake set. What more do you want, aeroplane? Release. Do ground services here, I guess. So ground services. Set the chocks and the chocks you wanted. That is. Define secure. Define secure. Connect GPU. Ground power on. AP bleed off. APU off. Actually, that stays on. That comes off. Oh no, same yes there. So entry. Send the Esters. Play ball. You're not. Oh, finish apparently. Cool. Thank you, Sam. That was a very quick deboarding process there. Passengers will be departing the aircraft now, so they will be leaving through both front and rear doors. There's our aircraft at stand now, so grab a quick screenshot for Volanta before it times out. That is lowering. Only flights to Szczecin today, not many people fly here apparently. What a shame. Oh, so activation's off. Is that way around? Yeah, so wing lights stay on, green and red. Alright, so the red flashy beacon one that you want to get off. Yeah, it's the wrong way around. Something with blowing, don't label it correctly. One's a beacon light, one's a collision light. Make your mind up. Right, so yes, that's question for Volanta. I'm also upload onto that. Overall, not a bad flight, not a bad flight. It's operationally getting there, the 737. It wasn't perfect, but certainly starting to take shape. Send a flight over report, so FR2466 738 from Stansted to Szczecin, 1 hour 35 minutes, plan departure, departed on time, plan arrival a little bit behind but not by much, 109 passengers, satisfaction 91%, and then we're at 298, again disagree with that but hey ho, plot time 1 hour and 54 minutes. Overall positive from passengers, I'll drop the flight reports in chat for those who are interested. I'm going to do a quick look at the replays and then we shall call it a day. So there's your replay. I'll close the door for sake of just in case the replay doesn't quite play ball with ground services. So for you, GPU, I should use engine power anyway when that replay ends. This is X-Plane, Ice Gaming, XP11. Worth a look. In terms of as a flight simulator, especially in terms of dynamics and aircraft functionality systems, very good platform. Highly recommended. Yeah, thank you for tuning in, David. Always appreciate the AT as well. Thank you very much for your training session that you've had today, dude. Right, let's have a look, shall we? So this is from IVAO. Don't want that anymore. Thank you very much. That, don't need that anymore. That's fine. You know, I've got tracking. X-Plane, Ice Gaming. This is X-Plane. Right. So from the right hand side passenger perspective, you can see the flaps there knocked around by the throttle. On one occasion I did go a little bit well, initially got above the glide slope and now below it, but nothing we couldn't adjust for the approach. Landing rate 298, it's not really the landing rate you worry about, it's the G's. How many G's were we pulling at landing? It was 290 at 1.17 G's. That's what you worry about as pilots. Fair enough, landing's a bit heavy, but as long as you're within about 1.5 G's, then that's the main bit you're looking at. Alright, that was a happy landing. Check for the right hand side. Short final in, nice and steady. cabin lights, but hey ho. Actually, from the front airplane, I don't know either. Spoilers out. That's thrusts. It's not a bad landing, actually. I'll completely accept that. It was not a bad landing. There's no way that was a 300. Perhaps nobody does a bank on the runway that didn't quite see. No, I disagree. That was no way a 300. FlyLive Studio, Palit King. FlyLive Studio. So adamant it was a 300. No way. No way that was a 300. So yeah, there you go. We're on a 77-800 from London Stansted to Szczecin. I'll try the full name again. Szczecin, Goleniów airports. Let's see. Really good flight that. Thank you again, David, for the ATC. Thank you, Gary, for the tips and tricks on the flight there. Much appreciated. Donations as well. Thank you all very much for the donations. That was much appreciated. Also, welcome for your second month in economy class. So yeah, thank you very much to Jackson for that. So I enjoyed that. And there they are, the guys themselves. IVAO with the butter. Thank you very much again. Always appreciate the support. So, plan is tomorrow. I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow. It is Easter Sunday. I don't have any other plans really, so I might stream, I might not, I'll decide. Monday I won't be streaming. I'm working Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Next Friday I have got a real flight premiere. So again, when I fly in real world, I try to do premieres of those real world flights, kind of put on the flight pass for that. I've managed to get time to do the Switzerland flights, that's all good and dandy. And at some point soon, probably in the week, I'll try to record the Tunisia flights as well, so that's all scheduled for later. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the watch. Do leave a like if you did, do subscribe if not already. Thank you very much for watching. And yeah, if I don't stream tomorrow, then have yourselves a happy Easter. Otherwise, yeah, see you soon. Thank you for watching, guys. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Have a good night. Oh, sorry, dude.